Hi and welcome to Blossom with Busola. It's good to have you here again if you're always here, and if this is the first time you are coming, what a beautiful day to come. And today I'm here with this young lady. She's Ayolua.
Hi everybody.
Ayolua is my niece. Actually, in my culture, Yoruba land of Nigeria, I'll say she's my daughter.
Yep.
She's my cousin's daughter. My niece, she's visiting me from London, and it's so beautiful to have her here today so we can chat together on this channel. Let me promise you, she's here joyfully. Willingly, of her own accord. Even if I did some anti but I didn't bully her in here.
No.
And she's visiting me, like I said, and I thought, oh, what a good opportunity. I shouldn't miss this opportunity to have a chat with her. So today we are talking about saying no. Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to say no?
No.
That no that you don't often like to say. Oh, I'm giving that out. Well, she already told me she's not good at saying no. But we're going to talk more about it. So Ayolua, why do you find it difficult to say no?
I don't want to upset people. I don't want to disappoint people. So oftentimes when people ask you for something, they already plan for you to say yes. So saying no is kind of like a disappointment, you know. I feel like it's a semi-disappointment when you say no. So I don't like saying no.
Even when it's not convenient for you, like you have your schedule, everything is all well built up, and someone says, can you do this for me?
I try not to say no. So I try to readjust my schedule as much as I can, and if I can't, I can't. But yeah, I tend to say yes more than I say no a lot of the time.
Well, it's good to say yes, but what's when readjusting your schedule means you're hurting your own agenda, your program. You can't go on with what you had planned to do.
Yeah, that's why I need to learn to say no. I need to learn to say no in those instances, because then when I've promised other people I'm going to do things and that I want to do, and I'm now saying yes to something new, it means I'm not doing those things at the right way or with enough energy or passion.
At the right standard.
At the right standard, yeah.
It's been, a lot of people say it's really that when you say no, you're actually saying yes to something else. So sometimes when you say no to someone, you're saying yes to yourself. And when you say yes in those instances when you are already full, then it means you're saying no either to yourself or to some other thing you've
prioritized before.
Oh yeah.
That's an interesting thought. Have you ever struggled to say no before?
Of course. I wonder if there's anyone who hasn't struggled to say no. But I'll say I've learned.
Yeah.
Now I'm the interviewer and you tell them to question me. Look at this girl. Okay, I've learned to say no when the answer really is a no. Yeah. Because I've found in the past that when I've said yes, then I struggled to fulfill, because I'm the kind of person that would say, okay, I've said it, I've said yes, so has to be yes, because the Bible says,
let your yes be yes.
Yes, your yes be yes, and you swear to your hurt, and you just have to go on and do it. You told me that you find it difficult to find that thin line between selfishness
and selflessness,
and self-love, giving yourself some love, and we agree that the Bible says love your neighbor as
yourself,
which means
I have to love myself first.
You need to think of yourself, so you don't say yes to your own hurt. I wonder if you'd like to give some examples of where you have said yes when you should have said no.
Do you know what one comes to mind? So there was a time I was rushing to a let's say an outing, a very important outing. I'd promised that I was going to really help them beforehand, prepare everything for that event. And so I was rushing to that event, and so I was to drive to the event, and someone saw me. So a friend of mine saw me before I was about to drive out and was like, "Could you quickly drop me home?"
Yeah. The normal request.
Yes, but the issue was I was already like 10 minutes late, and it from where she lived to the location I need to get to means adding another 40 minutes to the journey.
Oh, so now you'll be 50 minutes late.
Yes.
Tell me you said no.
I said yes.
You said yes.
I said yes because
and you took her home.
I took her home and I was late. Very, very late.
So how did you feel when you were driving her home? What was
all I could think about
in your mind at that time
was the people that I'd promised. I would have been like, I couldn't even call them because I can't explain why I'm so late because they don't know that friend.
So how did you feel? I'm talking about the feeling. We all feel. What was your feeling? Can you name your feeling at that time? You were glad? You were
No, I was not glad.
Okay, so what was the feeling?
I was more irritated. I think that's the nicest, cleanest way to say it. I wasn't happy. But at the same time, I don't know if I felt better that I didn't say no. I don't know if I would have been upset with myself if I said no rather than saying yes. I don't know. In that point, I was just thinking, I have to do all of these things at the same time. I've let people down. Yeah, I felt like I had to complete all those tasks. I just had to drop her off, try to rush down to the event. But I think in hindsight, looking back at it, I'm sure there was many other people that could have dropped her home. Yeah. If I said no, if I just said, I'm sorry, I'm late, I'm sure there were people that would have happily dropped her home, but I couldn't think about that in that moment. I didn't let myself think about the options of other people dropping her than me. So yeah, there are times where you got to say no.
So, how did you feel when you were driving back to go to the event?
Oh, I was speeding.
Because I get the impression you had some tasks.
Before the event, and the event was to start soon. So,
and you had some important role to play before the event.
So how
did you feel, and how was your driving?
I felt like I let everyone down. Did
you think about how your friends over there would react to
Of course, I felt like I would have to explain to them. I had to. Thing is, at the end of the day, I didn't have to say yes. And they responded with, "Well, you promised us."
So how did they feel? How did your friends
they
feel?
were not. They felt like I didn't prioritize them, which is the truth. And which wasn't my intention. My intention was to prioritize.
So you annoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Making that decision.
Yeah.
Not saying no.
Yeah.
You annoyed your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. And you just said that there were many other people who could have done that if you had said you would not be able to.
Yeah, and if I wasn't there at that time, I'm sure she would have had someone else sort it out.
And why do you think you said yes?
Ooh, I did it. Is it pressure? I didn't want her to feel like I didn't value her, maybe. I didn't really think too well into it. I just didn't want her to feel upset at the fact that she couldn't make her way home.
Okay, you do want her to feel upset?
Yeah.
You wanted her to be happy with you?
Yes. But I think sometimes, I would have still been in her good books in hindsight if I literally just said to her, I am so busy, like I need to get somewhere right now. There are people relying on me. Yeah. And maybe figure out someone else who could have dropped her off.
You say it, so you could have said, oh, I need to be somewhere. Yeah. And you just said it, you could have figured out someone who could have.
In that moment, I could have said, oh, this person could drop you on, or ask if that person
is going your way.
Yeah.
And this other person is going your way. Or do you want to ask?
Do you want to ask if the other people can?
Oh, I would have loved to.
Yeah.
But I'm so sorry. I have an appointment. That's one way of saying no. Yeah. Right?
That's true.
I'm so sorry. I would have loved to. So it's like saying no.
My desire would be to,
So my desire is a yes to you.
However.
So I'm saying no. I'm really saying yes to you. I value you.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to do it.
That's so true. Yeah.
But I won't be able to. And the second thing that comes out clearly there is some other person can do it. So you could even suggest another person. Yeah, other people. This person can, that person can.
Yeah.
Those are very good ways to say no. I would have loved to, but I can't.
I can't.
And but have you thought about asking so person?
Yeah.
I remember that you shared with me an experience you had where you said no to somebody.
Yeah, and it was actually gracious. I was so surprised. She took it so well.
Okay.
I think it was the first ever time anyone has taken a note. What? I've not said enough no's to know if people take it. But I think there was a time where I had a friend who sort of needed like assistance.
Yeah.
And before this time I had assisted her several times before, but at this point the assistance would have caused me to be behind on my work. So I used to be a student.
You used to be, yeah.
I used to be a student. Yes.
It's not to a month, it's in July. When is your graduation again?
By the 28th. So literally this month.
Yeah, graduate. Congratulations again.
Thank you. So I used to be a student. While I was a student, I had a lot of assignments at this period of time, and so she needed assistance the same way she would always. And any other month, it would have been easy for me to be of assistance, and I would have loved to because she's my friend. But this month, I knew assisting her would mean that I would be so behind on the things I had to get done, and I struggled with the idea of going to her and saying, I'm sorry, I can't help you this time.
And you eventually said no.
I eventually said no.
Good girl, you did it.
I did.
You said no.
I know, and she was okay with it. And she was okay with it. And that was surprising to me because I wasn't used to someone saying, okay, she understood.
What did she say? I mean,
she was like, about time you put yourself first. I was like...
That was so gracious.
So gracious. And it was great. And it showed me that saying no doesn't always mean no. It can mean yes.
I mean, it's not no, I don't like you.
It's not no, I don't like
I don't value you. It's just I won't be able to do that
at this time. Yeah.
And how did your relationship go after that?
Oh, it was great. I feel like our relationship got better. Our relationship got so much better after that because I feel like the next time I want to, or she needed assistance, I was so happy to help
she
her.
asked you
again? After that, I was so happy to help her because I understood that if I wanted to say no, she was okay to hear no.
Beautiful.
So
her response to your no, her gracious response to your no, was helpful.
Yes.
You were able to help her another time. I mean, she was able to ask you another time.
Yes.
When she had been nasty to you when you said no,
oh no,
you know, do you think you would have been open to helping her another time?
No way. I don't think I would have been. No.
And she may not. Also
been
able to ask you again. So it's good to accept no graciously, right?
Yes.
Because it gives you room to be able to ask the other person. Then I'll ask you, how do you respond when people say no to you?
I don't respond well.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. Who likes to hear no? Like, I do not like to hear no because every time I ask something, I already prepare for a yes. And so getting a no is like a big disappointment.
So you have expectations.
Yeah.
You.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So when I'm asking, I'm not asking, but I'm in code asking.
You're not really asking.
I'm not really asking.
Expect a yes.
I'm
all the
expecting
time.
a yes.
No isn't a part of your expectation at all.
No, but I need to.
But can you remember when anybody has said no?
Oh yeah, countless times. I don't always get yes.
Maybe speak about when you've had no.
I think it was a friend of mine or a friends of mine. I normally like to, whenever I go to the shops or in my local area, whenever I go to the local shops or want to go for a walk, I don't like to do it myself. I like to go with my friends so we can chit chat, laugh, dance on the road. And so most of the times when I feel like going out, I'm like, let's go. And or can we all go to the shops? And majority of the time it's, I'm tired, Ayo, but fine, okay, let's go. But this time the girls are like, no. And I was like, no. What do you mean?
No,
like, I'm wearing my shoes, we're going.
We're definitely going to
We're going. They were like, no, we're tired, we have work first thing tomorrow morning. No, I need to sort this out before. I was like, I understand your reason,
but you can't say no.
Well, you can't say no.
Go.
Exactly. Exactly. And so that was a shock.
So the They kept their no.
Oh, they did. Because they explained it. So it wasn't like no and go Ayo. No, it was Ayo, seriously, look, I have this much to do. Look at the time. I have so much to do. I have work tomorrow. I can't do it tomorrow. I need to do it now.
Oh, so you couldn't get them to change their mind?
No, because I understood.
How that went for you. Okay, you just said you understood. So how did
I understood the reason. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the no. And walking to the shops by myself was the longest walk.
And what was going on in your mind?
Why did they say no?
Did they say no?
Why would they say no? But you know, after that they did say yes several other times after that. So, but I think it was a good lesson to be able to accept no. To accept no for yes. Yeah, but I don't think anyone likes hearing no.
Like, maybe I won't say like, but when I ask people for favors or to do things for me, when I ask people to do things for me, most of the time in my mind I'm thinking the answer might be a yes, the answer could be a no.
Oh,
yes. So it's about leaving room for what that be. No. Yes, the person might be busy, the person may not be feeling well, the person may already have other things on their schedule. The person may not feel comfortable doing that thing. Okay, so I asked you, Ayo, can we talk? Can we chat? And then I share with my audience, my YouTube audience, and you say, okay, Auntie, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm shy, but I think we can do it. Now you don't appear shy. Not a bit. But there have been people that I've asked and they say, oh no, I don't like coming on social media.
Okay. And you have to accept.
Yes, I do. I accept before I ask. I'm ready for it. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's just an example. And if you've told me no, I accept it gracefully, and I don't hold it against you.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings, because the person that says no to this could say yes to some other things in my life, and a lot of those friends are people who say yes to many other things, but they just don't want to be here. So when I say someone may not feel comfortable doing something, and sometimes you feel the person can do it, they might feel they don't have the skill. And I'm not necessarily talking about social media. You might ask somebody to read something for you. Well, I'm giving examples from my own work as a writer. Yeah. And the person says, oh no, I don't have the time, or I don't think I'll be able to do it. So if you always give room that the answer could be a no, you won't be disappointed when the person says no. And you'll be happy and surprised when the person says yes. But when you ask and you don't give room for a no, it means you're already presuming on the person's
agenda, plans, everything. Taking away the free will.
Thank you for saying that. And who are you to take somebody else's
free will
ability to say no? So I say to people, well, I'm just wondering if I could ask you to do this for me. And you know what? No is a good answer as a yes. I often say that.
Is it?
Yes. Because if that person can't do it for me, I will ask some other person. And then what have I done with the relationship? Just like your friend accepted no gracefully from you and you were happy, I would also be able to ask the person another time.
Wow. I'm learning something new. But as Christians, we're taught to deny ourselves. And so oftentimes I struggle with the line between denying yourself and putting other people first, or serving, and just being stupid and not loving yourself or prioritizing yourself and the things you had planned for yourself. And sometimes it's hard to find that line. So it's like, how much can I deny myself before it's silly?
And how much self-sacrifice should you do before
it's then detrimental?
We're called to a life of sacrifice, a life of helping others, and I know you're always doing that, but you don't do that to the point of hurting yourself. So let me give an example. Maybe you have a pain on your shoulder that you should maybe taking pain relief for, or you should even see a doctor, and you had promised a friend that you were coming to help her out. You didn't have the pain when you made that promise, but then you started having pains. It would be out of place for you to dress up and still go help lifting things with your
the
friend
same broken
with
shoulder.
that broken shoulder or paining shoulder. You should take care of yourself and explain to your friend that, oh, I'm so sorry, I have to. I won't be able to make it this time because I have this pain. But if you insist that, oh, I've made a promise and I must not fail, and you go, what would you come back with?
Even worse pain.
Worse pain. You might tell yourself, well, I can take paracetamol and go and help. But when you come back, you know how that would feel for you. So those are some of the things you should consider. So that's about health. What about your studies? Are you just finished school? Great. But if you had to leave your assignments undone, your essays unwritten, because you want to help someone, so
then it's not smart, because at the end of the day, only you have to blame for that. I think now it's worth looking at what I have planned versus what's come to the table now. And there's one thing doing something begrudgingly and just upset, like just doing it, and it's another thing doing it with your whole heart.
That's another thing with when you say yes, when you should have said no. You find yourself doing things grudgingly. And
that's never good. So I feel like before getting to that point, I have to look at everything holistically. And if it's like if I'm having to do it begrudgingly, if I'm having to do it with my last ounce of energy,
grudgingly doing it, you won't get any reward. Then looking at the Bible, looking at it from the Bible point of view, you're not going to get
and if that's the case, then it's best to just say no and help them in another way. Help them in whatever other way you can.
And like you said, you might be able to point them to some other way they could get that done. Someone else that can help, or some other way that they can achieve that.
Oftentimes you're not the last resort.
Exactly.
Having to learn that.
So you're saying that.
Having to learn that is so interesting. We're not the last resort. If you ask one person and they can't help you ask someone else. So the same way, if they ask you and you can't help, they will find someone else. It's never good. So I've never had a good outcome for saying yes instead of no. So that's why I know it's important to be able to say no, because sometimes you then beat yourself up for not getting to those targets and get to those goals that you might have set for yourself that were attainable before, but now that you've added more to your plate, then they're not attainable anymore. And then you don't have enough time, and then you feel like you're out of control, and then you become stressed, and you don't need all of those things.
You should say no. Say no. Maybe you had said yes to Auntie Busola, you were going to help me do some work, and then you were going to read my draft for me.
I did.
You did.
I did. I just did it very slowly because I had other things I said yes to.
Maybe you had said many other yeses. That could have been a no, and then my draft came back late. Anyway, I forgive you.
Thank you.
And then I made you to do many other things, right? So I agree with you. It affects your schedule. It's energy consuming, and you don't meet your targets, and you're not happy with yourself. Saying yes when you know you should say no is never a good thing. I guess that's what Ayo is saying, and I agree totally with that. That's going to be it from me and Ayolua today. It's been lovely having you right here in my office.
Woo!
Thank you. I hope you come again very soon. It's been like 7 years since
I know,
last year.
so long.
So I hope you come again very soon.
I shall.
And yes to you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you in my next video, where we'll be talking about some other very important things of life.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, listen to that lady.
And share the message. It's always important to be reminded these things.
Thank you then, and see you again. Bye.
Bye.